This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, live in the RHR studio. Good morning from the RHR studio here in New York. Beautiful sunny day here. Temperature's going to be pretty nice, up to near 10 Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit. And we're going to stay indoors. We're going to avoid going out. You got this coronavirus going on. You got people in hysteria. I went into the supermarket yesterday. I never seen it like that before. Couldn't even get a carriage. Spoke to the store manager in the supermarket that I've known for 38 years. When I started off with Pepsi Cola at the age of 18, I met this store manager down in Mamaroneck, New York. And I said to him, "What's going on here?" He goes, "You ain't going to believe this. We've broken already the store record." He goes, "We don't even get sales like this in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week is the prior up to Thanksgiving, and the week before in the food industry, it's the busiest time of the year." And he told me we already broke the record, and we still have Saturday and Sunday. So there is hysteria out there, and we couldn't find toilet paper. Not that we needed it, but we couldn't find it either. I don't know what it is with this toilet paper stuff, but it is pretty funny that toilet paper is the most important thing now to have. I remember back in the day when a snowstorm was coming and you're going to be indoors for a few days. I don't remember toilet paper being the most important thing. I remember milk and bread being the most important thing. So, good morning to everybody. Glad to see everybody in here. Just want to talk about a couple things before I get on the air here. We had an incredible impact in the last 24 hours here. We've been recognized in two fronts, which is great. One is an article is being written about our live stream during the ARRL. It's going to be in a major magazine. Beautiful. Positive. So somebody's been watching, and they're writing an article about the impact of our streaming has had, not only in the amateur community and shortwave listeners and the ordinary people that just watch here that aren't hams. The impact of that. But not only that, they're writing the story about the impact in the contesting community and what it's done. And the second recognition is, I didn't even ask for this. I'm not even going to mention the name of the award. But I'm being presented an award for some excellence in ham radio. I don't want to get in front of these two things, but I'm just mentioning them. One's in a major magazine, and the other one is an award. So these are pretty exciting times for us after the turmoil that was spread, not by us, we didn't spread it, about our ARRL contest results. Many believe, I think majority believe, that my score was impacted by social media. I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Most of the people in here watching aren't even ham radio operators. And those that are ham radio operators, they got on the air this weekend. They didn't only work me, they worked everybody. They worked anybody they could hear. That's the key. They didn't just work me, they worked others. So, we're going to get on the air here today. We're going to work some DX. And two other things I want to talk about before I get started. So we have a private remote ham radio Facebook page here. I think I'm not sure that some of you have been invited already. So if you've been invited, accept it. And yesterday in this private page, I seen two posts, and I want to just show you the two posts from the private page. This is Repe OH9ENA. He sent this photo in from Finland. A remote ham radio mug made it to Finland. Beautiful. All the proceeds from the remote ham radio merchandise store is given back to our awesome youth program, which, by the way, I think is the best youth program in amateur radio. I think Yoda is right there with it. The number 2 recognition from the new ham radio private group that gets to post pictures and things on their mind. It's this great picture from Connor. Whiskey 4 India Papa Charlie. I think Connor's 15, 17, I'm not even sure. Can't tell, Connor, you got a baby face. But Connor sent this picture in the remote ham, if you see in the top here on the right, remote ham radio group. And so Connor sent us this awesome picture. He's a youth on remote ham radio. And good morning, Connor. Sorry about putting your mug up there this morning. But we had to do it. And you're 17, okay. Well, Connor's in here right now. Connor watches every show. Connor, how much of an influence has this show had on your operating skills? Have we taught you anything? So these are the two things I want to recognize this morning. And I didn't ask Connor to be in here this morning. I had no idea he was going to be in here when I put this picture up. But the impact from the people around the world, I mean, not just here in the U.S., from around the world. And to be quite honest with you, people around the world are actually nicer to me than people in the U.S. I'm getting attacked from my own people over live streaming. The people around the world love it. Here in my own country, I'm a bad guy. Not with all, just a few. But here we are. We got Connor in here, and here's the beautiful picture that he sent to us. So, I don't know how this was set up with the remote ham radio private group. But if you've been invited, accept it. And you can post whatever you want in there. Obviously, there's going to be limitations. You don't want any cursing. You don't want any nude photos. We want positive things in there. We don't want negativity. So, just want to recognize both Connor and Repe. Repe is a really good friend of mine out of Finland. We've become really good friends since I've been live streaming. Repe does a lot of live streaming himself. And also I should mention that a very good friend of mine out of Maryland sees the impact of live streaming, and he's also going to be doing it. Listen, we don't do this live streaming for money. We make no money in the live streaming. We just do this for the community. We're just trying to give back. I'm not going to be doing live streaming in the summertime. I can't. I'm going to be busy building towers. But yes, we're going to live stream from the top of the towers. So, I just wanted to mention the two that were in my inbox this morning. Connor, who is very active on RHR. Sometimes I got to beat him up and say, hey, you're using it too much. But we're never going to hold the youth back. Never going to hold the youth back. Every youth that's ever come in on to us, every single one, there's not a one that we've ever shut down on them. They're all still active. The youth program was just to get a few kids on the air. We didn't know we were going to have this much of an impact. And I don't know who at the ARRL is sending these youths to us, but somebody there is apparently doing it. So it goes to show you that our youth program is really good. I mean, once they're on our system, we not only give them access to our sites, we mentor them. If they have questions, we help them. We're actually going to build a Slack channel. I don't know if you heard of Slack. It's something that you communicate with your friends, and we use it for our business. We're going to create a Slack channel just for youths, and we're just going to have a few hands in there that are, that are very good in DXing and contesting. I have to limit who I can bring in to help us because, I have to have somebody that's in contesting and somebody that's a DXer that has an open mind on what the young people want today. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know what the future of ham radio looks like in the future, especially in contesting. I know the envision. Streaming is going to be part of it. Every child today, majority, I'm not going to say every, but the majority of kids today, and maybe Connor can back me on this, I'm not sure, stream when they're playing their video games. They want to show off to their friends how good they are. And if they're not very good, they want to watch their friends on how to learn. They're better than them. Nobody's forced to stream. But the future of the young people in this hobby, let's face the fact. The old guys that are in there now complaining about, what contesting should be, are going to be dead in a few years. We got to set this up for the future, for the young people in amateur radio. Somebody's got to be a leader. Somebody's got to be a leader and teach these young people. Streaming's going to be part of contesting, if you like it or not. How are young people going to know what contesting is about if nobody's showing them? They want to make a category just for streamers in contesting. Or they just want to say, hey, you could stream, but make your log a check log. Well, what fun is that? Who's ever going to do a contest seriously if you're limited? Because they're basically saying, listen, you have two choices. You can live stream, but you can't compete. But if you want to compete, you can't live stream. They're really giving me a lot of credit, I tell you. If they think my live streaming had that much of an impact on a score. I can't tell you how many people said to me, you know what? I wasn't even going to operate the contest this weekend. I had no idea where you were, but I got on the air looking for you. And some said I never found you, but I worked other people. That's the impact that the live streaming had. So, again, that's why I want to recognize these two photos that came in this morning. One from Connor, W4IPC. Connor, what state are you in? I think you're in North Carolina. I believe you're in North Carolina, so I may be wrong. We have so many youths. I can't keep track of how many youths we have and where they're located. Just had a youth come in yesterday. Out of Illinois, 15 years old. He's actually part of the ARRL youth program. He's a director. He's a director or something in the youth program in Illinois. But yet, came to RHR to get on the air. The ARRL really got to do a better job with the youths. They can't be sending all the youths to us and not helping us in any way. They just send them to us, but they don't help us. So we're going to do the best job we can with the youths. Again, one more time. Rep A sent us this photo of his mug from Finland. All the proceeds from the merchandise store. So here's a perfect example. Yesterday, didn't say this on the air. So here's the merchandise store. Go to Ham Radio and here's the merchandise store. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that, on the merchandise store. It's there. Nobody's forced to buy anything there. If you do buy something, it goes back to the RHR youth program. But yesterday, here's a perfect example of the misconceptions that are spread. After my video yesterday, after I did the operation, I turned the volume down on the radio and spoke to you, the people that are watching, my audience. And I said the same thing. Visit our Remote Ham Radio website at our merchandise store, and anything you buy is given back to the youth program. Somebody right away said that's against FCC regulation. You cannot do that. What? What do you mean I can't tell somebody to buy something because I'm live streaming? I can't tell somebody to buy something? How about all the commercials you hear on the radio today? How about a commercial when somebody's trying to sell a car? So now I'm being told I can't. This is great. As a ham radio operator, I have to have the utmost. What was the word he used? Integrity or something, and not post the merchandise store because that's against FCC regulations. And I said to myself, what? I didn't say this on the air. That would be clearly in violation of the FCC rules and regulations. All I said was, we have a merchandise store. If you want to buy something, all the proceeds are given back to the youth program. He puts in chat here, you've just broken the FCC rules and regulations. Because I'm a ham radio operator, even though I wasn't transmitting, he said I have to have the utmost integrity and I can't sell anything. Well, I guess DX Engineering is going to be out of business because I see a video every week from them. They're selling something. They're selling a piece of gear every week. They have a special of the week. Why don't you go there and tell DX Engineering they can't sell anything? And we're not even selling anything. We're just asking you to donate to our youth program by purchasing something. So, a couple things I wanted to bring to the front here. Listen, I could sit here and bash the ARRL all along. I'm not going to do that. Do I think they've done a good job with the youth? Absolutely not. They've done a terrible job with the youth. They have this beautiful station sitting there in Newington, Connecticut, and the only way you can access it is by being there physically. How about opening that station after hours to the youths in amateur radio? You limit it. You limit the amount of time they can operate it. Open up your mind. Don't be so narrow. Again, I'm not about bashing the ARRL. There's a lot of great things they do. But the youth program that they have is a failure. Now how I know it's a failure? Because they're sending the youth to us. They can't do what we're doing. And to make things worse, we went to them. I don't know, about 6 years ago when we started our youth program. And we said, look, we have a really great idea. Being you're a nonprofit organization, this is what we're thinking. We can open up a whole network of remote stations in every college and high school in the United States. There's a lot of colleges in the USA and there's a lot of high schools in the USA that have amateur radio stations. With the RHR technology and the ARRL funding, we could have done beautiful things. But no, it went on deaf ears. Not a single board member even recognized it. Because you know why? It wasn't their idea. They didn't think of it. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about the ARRL. They've done and one other thing I should mention about the ARRL while I'm on it. We used to advertise in their magazine. We used to take out full page ads in the ARRL QST magazine. And it wasn't cheap. It was like $3,500 a month for that full page ad in QST. And we wanted to put an ad out just about something was very simple. HOA, which means Homeowners Association. It was in big letters. Our ads were very, very simple. It was like the milk commercial. Drink milk. Ours were very similar to that. We had just one-liners, but it was very effective. And the ad that we wanted to place was HOA, no problem, use RHR. Do you know they wouldn't allow us to put that ad in there? They wouldn't allow us to put an ad in there saying HOA, no problem, use remote ham radio. You know why? Because they had some kind of petition with the FCC trying to get some rules and regulation passed on HOAs that utterly failed for them. Utterly failed. It never even. Actually, I think the ARRL pulled it because it was going to cause more harm than good. But they told us we couldn't post that. We could not put that ad in their magazine. HOA, no problem, use remote ham radio. After they told us we couldn't place that ad, we never advertised in the magazine again. So, those are the only two things I'll talk about the ARRL. Really bad job in the youth program. We're still open to listen to anybody from the ARRL. If they want to come to us, we're not going to them. We already went to them. We said we got this great youth program. We could put radios in every high school and college in the U.S. and remote. The most important is remote it. Because let's face it, most youth when they're in school, they don't have access to the station. They're too busy doing schoolwork. The key is remoting it. Remoting the station for the young. The young embrace remote technology. They're not thinking like the 70-year-old guy who's done it the hard way, how to get 30 words a minute CW and go to Manhattan and take an exam in front of an FCC examiner who would automatically fail them because they had a pencil that didn't meet the regulations. That's what they want amateur radio to be today. They don't want young people in the hobby. That's my thought. So, this show is, a little bit different than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting most of the time to get on the air and just operate. But now people want me to talk about the things that matter. And these are the things that matter. The future of ham radio is our youth. And anytime I post anything on Facebook about the youth, anytime I post anything on Facebook or social media about the youth, the hams run for the hills. Never any positive comments, very little likes. I posted this picture of Connor on my personal Facebook page yesterday. Very few likes, very few comments. Why? I think they're embarrassed. I think they're embarrassed that they're not helping the youth like we are. The only thing I can conclude, or they're scared of the youth. But if I put a picture of Donald Trump on there with some kind of funny hat on or something, I get 1,000 hits. But put a picture of this young man, and I don't mean to put you in the spotlight here, Connor. Put this picture of Connor on my personal Facebook page to say how good our youth program is. Run for the hills. God forbid you say, hey, this is really great. We need more of this in amateur radio. No. They run for the hill. They don't want to have anything to do with this. It's scary to them. So just wanted to mention that. And meaning they, I'm talking about the old timers. The old timers in ham radio that think everything has to be done the old way. And that's the reason why this hobby's being held back. They want to hold the hobby back, and I don't understand why. Listen, I've been a ham radio operator since 1988. I'm not a young person, even though I feel like it. I'm 54 years old. I've been a ham since I was 20. And the funny part is, maybe this is not really makes a difference, but I'm not an engineer like most of the hams are. They're pencil pushers. Most of these ham people are pretty smart. They're smarter than me. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a brilliant guy. I never even went to college. I barely made it through high school. I drove a truck for 30 years. Granted, I was in a Teamster, so I did make pretty good money. But I figured it out. That's why I always tell people, young people, not everybody's fit for college. Not everybody's fit for college. I think a lot of these young people should be looking at other things if they're not, brilliant. Plumbing, electrical work, trades. That's where the young people that are being forced, they're being told you have to go to college. I never went to college. I made it out okay. So, my point is on this is, these are brilliant people. Most of the ham radio operators today, they're smart. Most of them are in engineering of some sort. Most of them are in electrical. What I've learned in life is book smart and street smart. Street smart's going to win every time. Because most of these brilliant people have no communication skills. Yeah, they get on ham radio and they can communicate that way, but in public they cannot communicate. From my experience, they cannot communicate. They have poor communication skills. So my point is this. We need people that are go-getters. We need to get this hobby moving in the right direction. And what we do here with the streaming is going to put it in that direction. I think they're feared. And meaning they are the people that I was competing against during the contest. I think they're feared that we have 2.3 million video views from the first of the year. Over 2 million people have watched our videos. Who are watching them? I have no idea. It could be people in China that don't even speak English could be watching my videos. I don't know where they're watching it. A typical video that I do here after the stream is over usually gets about 15 to 2,000 views. The screen up there say there's 60 views currently. But what happened? People check in and out. Then I got streams coming in from YouTube, and I got streams coming in from Twitch TV. So if you combine them all together, after an hour here on the air, I usually have about 2,000 to 3,000 video views. Not everybody stays in here for the whole show. I don't expect them to. I can't. My attention span is about 10 minutes. I have a hard time watching TV. Something's got to be very interesting to keep my attention span. So I don't expect anybody to sit in here and watch the whole show. But my point is, we have a voice here. If you have anything that you need to say, you tell me. I'll tell it to the public for you. So, getting back to this post here of Connor, which, by the way, is a good-looking kid. Nice haircut there, Connor. Nice headphones, too. Like the color. We have a remote ham radio group. Connor, can you tell me how you found the group? I know Bobby, my son, set it up, and I never even discussed it with Bobby. He says, hey, I just set up an RHR group where people can go there, post their pictures, and talk about the great things we're doing. So, Connor, if you could tell me how you got to it. I don't know if you were invited or you just found it. Maybe you could post something here in chat. You know, I'm no social media genius here. My son Bobby set me up with this whole live streaming. Well, Sammy, I appreciate that. I'm watching the whole show. I love everybody in here. Without you, this wouldn't be so much fun. And this show is not about bashing anybody. Because prior to this weekend, it's all been positive. So, Bob Heil give them to you? That's great. And how did you find, Connor, how did you find the ham radio group that, you're invited by the RHR page? Okay. I don't know how you get invited. I'll have to talk to Bobby later, but check out the remote ham radio group. I think you can get to it. Can you get to it, Connor, from inside the page? We can get to it from inside the page. I encourage, this is what I really, good morning. God bless the United Kingdom, Tom. With the coronavirus going around, I may have a lot of people checking in. You can only watch Netflix so much. I think after the next week, I think every movie on Netflix is going to be watched. I don't even know if they're going to be able to handle the volume. Well, at least Netflix is pretty popular here in the U.S. I don't know what it is in the world. I don't even know if Netflix is worldwide. Yeah, so Connor says you can get to the Remote Ham Radio group within the Remote Ham Radio page. So I think it might be on the left-hand side. So I encourage everybody, get into that page, post pictures. I want pictures posted. I want you to mention how great you love the show. I want you to talk about anything ham radio related and what you would like us to do in the future here. Because I think it's important that I get feedback from everybody in here on how we should move forward. And the most important thing to me is to hear what you want to see. So with that, let's get on the air here. I haven't even found a frequency. I purposely didn't turn the radio on this time because, like I mentioned earlier, yesterday, after I was done with the live stream and I turned the volume down, somebody in the chat said here I violated the FCC regulations by mentioning the Remote Ham Radio merchandiser store. Most silliest comment I ever seen. It wasn't transmitting it over the air. He said because I'm doing a live stream, I'm not, because I'm a ham radio operator and I'm doing a live stream, I'm not allowed to sell anything. Well, you better go to that DX Engineering page because they have a show once a week or twice a week. I don't even know how many times. And they have the deal of the week. And they're streaming live. So if I'm in violation, they're in violation 10 times fold because they're there selling stuff. I'm here just mentioning a merchandising store. If you want to buy something, it's given back to the youth program. We're not making any profits on it. So I'm going to get going here. I'm going to turn up the Connor. Thanks for putting that in there. So the post that Connor just put in there, that's how you get to the private group. Please let me know if you can get into the private group. I don't know what the process is. And in that private group, post anything you want. That's what it's there for. We want to hear back from the ham community and what you're looking to do. That's fine, Bobby. You don't have to keep up with the technology. So, we're not forcing anybody to keep up with the technology. I understand. I'm only talking to people that want to expand this hobby. Listen, if you don't want the hobby expanded, I'm not telling you not to watch the show, but that's what we're going to talk about. This show is all about expanding the hobby. We're remoting. That's one of the first, most important thing. How we're expanding the hobby. We never fit and we never physically sit in front of a. And I'm not saying, Bobby, you're against it. I know in general most are against growing the technology. What I'm doing here, I'm remoting. That's step number one. We're remoting. The technology is moving forward. We're not going to be the only one to remote. Since starting this in 2012, so many other people are remoting. We brought it up to the front. I'm telling you right now, if we didn't push the envelope on the remoting, the remote technology still wouldn't be that great. Nobody would even be talking about it. That's my personal opinion. When people think about remote on ham radio, they think of us. That's the first thing they think of. I remember I hate to get on a tangent here. I want to start operating. I'll tell you what, I'll save that for tomorrow. Let me get on the air here. I've already 30 minutes into talking here, and I really want to get on the air. So I'm going to turn on the radio. All these other subjects can be talked at a later date. I have a lot of content. I could talk here all day long. But the beautiful part is, I definitely will never have lack of content the minute I turn that radio on. Because, be quite honest with you, I have no idea who's going to call me this morning. So, turn up, connect, just connect it to the station. The volume's going to come up. You're here, ba-boom. Here we go. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use, please? Hello, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. CQTX 20 meters. Whiskey 2, radio, echo. Whiskey 2, radio, echo. QRZ 20 meters.
Lima Alpha 2, Papa, India Alpha, LA 2, PIA.
LA 2, PIA. I didn't put it in the call sign field. Lima Alpha 2, Papa Alpha India, I believe. You're 59 plus, over.
QSL Ray, very good morning to you. The call again is Lima Alpha 2, Papa India Alpha. Lima Alpha 2, Papa India Alpha. The name here is Peter. I've been watching your stream on Facebook here this morning, or afternoon our time, and I can't agree more. I must say I am I'm a bit overwhelmed at the attention that our remote operations get. But, envy is a bitch. And to be honest, I think that the benefit way outweighs the obstructions and problems that some people may see. However, my friend, I also put a post on your site there where I actually just asked the question, and I said, wonder why most of the ham radio organizations lose members and not are able to get new members. And I think that they need to open their mind to new technology and to the fact that we don't live in 1960 anymore. Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo. This is LA 2 Papa India Alpha. Over.
Yeah, very good, Peter. Fantastic. Agree with you 100% plus some. Absolutely. We got it. Listen, it's not about us. It's not about us. It's about them, the young people, and we gotta keep the technology. I know how we get there. I know how we get there, and you know, you got to think how what these young people are thinking. You know, I speak to a lot of youths, and they tell me what they want. You know, the youths are really into digital mode. They're into FT8. They love that stuff. I think all that is positive, and once they're exposed to HF, that's where the real excitement stuff happens. Well, Peter, good to hear you in here. You're very strong. You're 5-9. And I'm running the 5/5/5 here in Jonesport, Maine, right here on the Atlantic Ocean. And good to hear you in here this morning. By the way, what's your antenna? How much power you're running? You're sounding great. LA2 PIA Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, LA2 PIA, returning. Well, fine business, Ray. I'm using my Yaesu FTDX 101 Delta. I use a studio microphone from China, a very cheap one.
Wow.
But I run it through some parametric equalization in the radio. And I'm also using an ACOM 1000 linear, so the output power is 900 watts here. But still I'm using this very odd horizontal full-size Delta loop for 80 meters that I can operate on all the bands. And it's a very quiet antenna. Apart from 40 meters, I struggle with some noise on 40, but never mind. Most of the time, I'm operating here on 20 or 80, so that'll work out fine. Okay, lots of people, I imagine, waiting for your contact to contact you there, so I'll let you go. But I truly appreciate the work you're doing, Ray, and let me tell you, there are a lot of admirers who would love to, just share the link to your website and your Facebook site and all of that to enhance the interest in our hobby amongst the youngsters, because if we do not do that, this hobby is going to just diminish and disappear, and that's no good at all. Put it back to you for a final there, Ray, and thank you so much once again. Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo. This is Lima Alpha 2 Papa India Alpha.
Fantastic. Absolutely couldn't agree with you more. And appreciate you calling in here. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you another time, and look forward to seeing your post. Lima Alpha 2, Papa India Alpha. A very good evening or good afternoon to you there from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo 73. Bye-bye.
73, take care, Ray. And remember, we're lots of people cheering for you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Hey, Rep A, Oscar Hotel 9, make your call.
Okay, Ocean Henry 9, Echo, November Alpha, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Good morning, Ray. You coming today, very lowly signal, 59 plus 20. Go ahead.
Okay, Rep A, good to hear you. You my best friend from Finland. You know that, right? My best friend from Finland. You're doing great. You're 5'9 plus 20 as well. And you're doing a big signal here. What you on the FT 1000 MP? What antenna are you using? Go ahead.
Okay, Ray, my antenna, it is a Tango Hotel 5, Mike Kilo number 2, at 25 meters up to ground, beaming now the state of Maine, and I'm rounding only 400 whiskey. To my power, only 400 whiskey, nothing anymore. And today I'm very lucky, once again listening to you, and I drinking coffee the same as what is you drink. Very beautiful, high side. But anyway, you take very, very beautiful job. I don't understand people who don't understand that remote operator. But many people like it. That's what you take all the time. You take very beautiful ham radio operating. But many people, he don't understand that. But anyway, okay, Ray, many people waiting take a question to you. Many thanks. Once again, that's a fantastic and sympathetic question.
Morning, Kevin.
To stay away and Finland,
Eric.
Arctic, Laponia.
Chris,
Whiskey 2
Sean,
Radio
Matt.
Echo, Ocean Henry 9, Echo, Nancy Alpha, Repe, Laponia, 73, Nukare, hey.
Hey, okay, Repe. Up there near the Arctic Circle. Repe's up there near the Arctic Circle there in Finland, only a few hundred miles away. Stay warm, my friend. I see picture yesterday you still have snow on the ground. Repe, keep on sending those pictures. I enjoy it very, very much. Especially the one with the cup this morning. 73, take care and God bless, my friend. Oscar Hotel 9, Echo November Alpha, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 73, bye-bye.
Okay, Ray, 73, no, no, ciao.
God bless America. Good morning, America.
Hey, Tom Shepard, the voice of the United Kingdom. Golf 1, Italy, Zulu, Quebec, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, good morning.
Good morning, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, Germany 1, Italy, Zulu, Queen. Hey, nice to hear you, Ray. Nice to hear you, buddy. Been doing a lot of listening and a lot of reading this week. I've been out and about, but we have checked in on Facebook and that. Don't let them grind you down, Ray. Take no notice. Carry on what you're doing. Everybody loves it. 99% of the people love what you're doing, Ray, and you're doing a great job. It's great for everybody over here. There's a lot of people who have got no interest in ham radio, Ray, but are watching this in the UK. And it's become, I've got a lot of people at work who sit now and watch it on their tea breaks and their lunch breaks because they just want to know what ham radio is about. They've had enough of me telling them about everything, what I do, but now they've got into it and they're watching your show, Ray, and that's what makes it so good. We want to get the young people interested and new people coming into the hobby, QSL.
Well, that means an awful lot to me, Tom. If you're showing your friends and they're not hams and they're watching, I mean, that's incredible. I can't believe anybody even watches me, to tell you the truth. Incredible. But, you know, it's been a lot of fun, Tom, to get ham radio out to the limelight here. It's never been done like this before. 2.3 million video views. I don't know who's watching, but you just proved they're not hams. So good to hear you, Tom. What's going on with the coronavirus over there in the UK? Are you guys all indoors like we are here in the US? Go ahead.
No, not yet. We're not all indoors. A lot of us are staying in. I'm not going out unless I have to, Ray, to be quite honest. We went to do our grocery shopping last night. We normally spend about £60 on groceries a week, Ray. And we went to the store last night and we spent £14. Only £14. There's a shortage of everything. There were no bread, no milk, no eggs, no beans, no pasta, and no toilet rolls. Unbelievable. Everybody's gone hoarding mad. They're all stockpiling over here. It's getting beyond a joke, Ray. And well, we've been told we've got 14 weeks before the virus will really peak over here in the UK. How's it your side? How's Laurie getting on at the nursing home, QSL?
Yeah. Well, if anybody's going to be exposed to it, it's going to be my family. Laurie's in a nursing home, and one of her patients were tested yesterday because one of the patient's doctors actually has it and been taking care of this particular patient, and this patient happens to be Laurie's patient. So that patient's been isolated in this room, and Laurie has to wear a mask. So chances are, who knows? It hasn't come back yet that this person's positive. I think they're getting tested today. And then my son, who's a reporter, actually a cameraman, is in the war zone, as per se, is in New Rochelle, New York, which has the most cases in the United States. There's over 100 cases in that city, and it's just north of New York City. It's like 5 miles north of New York City, New Rochelle, New York. And he's down there with his reporter, and he's the cameraman down there. For a matter of fact, CNN won't even send their cameraman in there. So my son is in there, simulcasting the video from the Channel 12 News that he works for in Westchester County. They're taking his feed and putting it on CNN. So he's in there, and he's got the news truck with him. The company that he works for said, "Look, don't come back to the facility. Take the truck home every night. Leave. Don't come back here because the management don't even want to be exposed to it. So if anybody is going to be exposed, it's my family. I got a wife that's a nurse who is in a nursing home, and that's the worst place to be because once that thing gets spread by one person, it's going to get spread to everybody. And my son being there doing a reporting right there in the worst city in the U.S. of cases, he's exposed as well. So we'll see how this all transpires. But yeah, it's pretty bad over here as well, Tom. Yesterday, I went to the store with my son Bobby, and we usually leave the women to shopping. If I'm left up to shopping, I usually go to the steak aisle, pick up a porterhouse steak, pick up some mashed potatoes, and some beer, and that's what I usually go shopping for. But the wife told me and Bobby we had to go there and stock up, and we were throwing things in that carriage. We don't even know what we were buying, and us, we didn't buy anything on sale. We just threw things in there. So we're stockpiled here as well, which is kind of ridiculous because I'll probably go out to the store later on today. So that's the extent on this end, Tom. Golf 1, Italy, Zulu, Quebec, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Well, we keep our fingers crossed for Laurie. It's a fantastic job that she's doing there in the care home, and we don't want to see anybody. But as I say, they told us 14 weeks before it peaks here in the UK. We're putting all sorts of things into action. They've, all the live sports stopped over here now, so I don't think it'll be long before we'll be on shutdown. I think we're going to follow your thing and go on shutdown. But boy, oh boy, I don't think anybody realises yet, the true extent of what it could get to. It's unbelievable. We've not really experienced anything like this, so I just hope everybody can get through it, and don't like to see anybody lose their lives and that. And well, we just got to keep praying, Ray, and keep on here. But it's one sure thing: stay in, get on the radio. You got a whole world out there, and we've got some great friends all over the world, especially my good buddy over there in Italy. I hope he's keeping well.
Alessandro.
I'll send him an email, Ray. But lovely to hear you, Ray. I'll let you work some more. I don't want to hog it. I suppose Dave will be on in a minute. I did have a chat to him on the phone a couple of days ago. I did speak to a good quality person on the phone, and he's doing okay. I told him to keep his head down at his age. He wants to stay in and batten down the hatches, Ray QSL.
Yeah, very good, very good. I just want to mention that good quality person said, maybe, I don't know how to put it, but he said at least Tom will lose some weight. You have any comments on that?
He's a monkey, and I could do with losing some weight, Ray. I could definitely do with losing some weight. Well done, Dave. He's a top man.
Way to do it, Dave.
Just like his moustache. He's got the handlebars on it.
Yeah, funny. I love you guys over there in the UK. You keep it interesting. All right, Tom. Good deal. We'll be on the radio over the weekend here. I'm not going to be on the radio all the time. The wife went out yesterday after work and stopped off at a place called Home Depot. Pretty popular here in the U.S. I don't know if it's worldwide or not. It's a big hardware store here. And she picked up paint. So you know what that means. We're painting the kitchen over the weekend. So probably maybe after breakfast, we're going to start painting the kitchen. Not that I want to do it, but it must be done. 73, Tom. Golf 1, Italy, Zulu Queen. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. 7-3, bye.
Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Okay, Ray, well, thanks for a great Q show. And the only time a good quality person will lose some weight is when he opens his wallet, Ray. And that's not very often when you're behind him at the bar. Have a great weekend, Ray. All the best to everybody. Keep up the good work. Take no notice of them. You just do what you want to do, Ray. You're doing a great job. And the UK love you, especially the low power stations. Cheers and beers, Ray. Catch you soon. God bless America.
Cheers and beers. Cheers and beers. Tom. And God bless the United Kingdom, 73. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie. Radio Washington 3, Yankee Canada.
Okay, Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie. Wow, what a signal. Very, very strong here. You're well over S9, 59 plus. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm in the state of Maine. Over.
Roger, Raymond. Okay, many thanks. Very good afternoon to you. You report 5 by 9 plus 20 dB over 9. Very, very strong your signal. My name Vasily. Victor Alpha Sierra, Italy, London, Italy, Japan. Vasily. My QTH Bryansk. Bravo Radio Yankee Alpha Norway Sierra Kilowatt. 500 kilometers south, capital city from Moscow. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie, over.
Yeah, okay, very good, Vasily. Up there near Moscow. Fantastic, beautiful copy. You're doing well, my friend. Very, very strong. I want to know your power and antenna there near Moscow. I'm in Jonesport, Maine. Jonesport, Maine. It's on a peninsula sitting out into the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 at 175 over 123 over 71. And I'm beaming in your direction, my friend. And I'm operating remote. I am physically sitting in New York, and the transmitter is in the state of Maine. I'm only operating from a computer. No radio here. Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Good to hear you, Vasily.
Roger, Raymond. Okay. Okay, New York. Okay, thank you very much for information. I'm using transceiver ICOM 756 Pro 2, amplifier Ameritron, Alpha Lima 811 Hotel X-ray. Input is moment 600 watt. 600 watt. Antenna is inverted with dipole 20 meters band. Temperature is moment plus 4 degrees centigrade, my QTH. It is rainy today. Okay, thank you very much for very enjoyable so 20 meters band. I wish you good luck and good health and lot of reaction. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie. Спасибо, до свидания. 73, bye-bye.
Okay, very good, Vasily. Very good. Beautiful copy here, stateside. Very, very strong. Thank you very much for calling in, 73, and have a good day there near Moscow, Russia. Radio Whiskey 3, Yankee Charlie. This is Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
United Alpha.
73, thanks. So I just want to mention everybody that's in here. I can't recognize everybody. The show's taken off. The people are really engaged here with the chat. I really need somebody. I really need another person here in the studio here to help me respond to all the positive feedback here. I can't recognize everybody. I just want to say hello to everybody that's in here. I really appreciate you watching from Twitch TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Connor, we'll check why the Summit contest station's down. Sure, it's just need to be restarted. So Connor, you're off from school for 2 weeks. That means we're gonna have to add some additional usage to your youth program credit, because man, you use that stuff more than you use it more than most youths. So we're going to have to add some credit so you can play a little bit more while you're off from school. But, you still got to do your homework, Connor. I don't want to be getting an email or a phone call from your parents that, we're making you get on the radio because you have all this extra usage credit. So we'll add some credit to you. Okay, let's turn the volume up and continue. Hey, John, just seen you check in there from Northern Ireland. Can't recognize everybody here this morning. I'm really sorry about that. But again, you're recognized other ways because I'll go back afterwards and read the comments. One other thing we should mention, Connor, if you could put that link in there again, Connor, about how the people here in the audience or people watching around the world on how they can get to our private group and post pictures and talk about the impact this show's had on them. If you could put that link back in there, appreciate it. Hey, Pete, good to see you in here, Jose. Turn up the volume. Hopefully I still have a frequency. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Okay, United Tango 7, Lima Alpha. United Tango 7, Lima, America. Good to hear you. 5 and 9, 59. Thanks, Sean.
Good morning. You 5 and 9, 59. Very, very good. My name is Sergey.
Sierra Alpha Victor.
Okay, Sergey. Beautiful copy here into the state of Maine. 5 and 9, 59. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5, running 1 kilowatt, a little over 1 kilowatts. QSL?
Very fine copy, 1 kilowatt. My turn only 100 whiskey. 10.
Stand by, please. Stand by.
Playing my antenna, Roger.
Roger. Very good. You're sounding good here, my friend. Thanks for calling in. 73. Bye-bye. I really need a mute button here. Bobby, you're going to have to add a mute button in. Or Rock. We need a mute button. It's going to be a pain for me to turn the volume up and down every time I want to talk to the audience. Hey, Ryan, RCs, tell everybody in here that you're not a ham. You just come in here to watch the show to learn how ham radio is, and you're studying for it. Good to see you in here, Ryan, Kevin, Steve, everybody else. Volume up. Let's work some more DX. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Okay, my good friend with the 10 watts out of Scotland. Good to hear you. Probably, I think it's Geroid, I think is the name. Mike 6, November Radio Kilo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Back to you, over.
I know, Ray. Thanks very much. You're very strong here today. You've got a 30 over 9 on me, Ray. 30 over 9.
Yeah, very good, Geroid. Fantastic. Again, I know you're running 10 watts. So what is your antenna? Go ahead.
Well, at the minute, I'm on a vertical antenna. It's about 40 feet up above the roof. It's called a Serial 2016 Ray. Serial 2016 vertical.
You're doing a good job. For you, Geroid. You're just doing a fantastic job with the 10 watts. I worked a lot of you 10 watt guys over the weekend in the contest. It's just amazing how many people turned out and got on the air. I think this was the first contest ever that I participated in that I worked more stations from the United Kingdom than Germany. Usually Germany's the number one country worked in a contest. But this was the first time the United Kingdom outdid Germany. And I think it's because of all the 10 watt guys that turned out to operate in the contest. And it was good to work you over the weekend. So back to you, Mike 6, November Radio Kilo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Okay, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
That's great, Mario. Fantastic.
MM6 NRK returning. Yes, Ray, it was good to work you in the contest last weekend. And I have been following your video over the last couple of days about the problems you're having with the contest and points and stuff there, which I think is very, very wrong, Ray. I watched your videos all last weekend, and I never seen your frequency posted one time. I know you said somebody did post it by accident, but I never seen any frequency in any of your videos which you didn't post, Ray. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's at this point, Geroid, I'm not even going to entertain it anymore. We're going to move forward. We have the greatest support, so it's not a problem any way moving forward here. And it was good to work you over the weekend, and good to see you in here this morning as always. You have yourself an awesome weekend, and I hope the coronavirus isn't affecting Scotland there too much. Mike 6, November Radio Kilo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. A very good afternoon, 7-3. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ray, thanks very much. Yep, the coronavirus hasn't got as far as us yet, but I don't go out a big lot anyhow, Ray. So I'm quite happy sitting in with a bottle of whiskey. I can isolate myself for 2 weeks if needed there, Ray. And like I said, I live in Scotland, Ray, but I'm from Ireland. Been over here 12 years. So 733, and have a nice day, my friend. Bye-bye.
Okay, 73. Take care. Good to hear you. Bye-bye. So we got Ryan in here, who's not a ham radio operator, is studying. Ryan, I'm glad we're having an impact that you're studying to get your license. That's absolutely fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. And once you get your license, you're going to enjoy it. It's a great hobby. You meet a lot of interesting people. I've met a lot of interesting people. A lot of good people. Very talented, smart people in amateur radio. Make a lot of friends. Every day I make new friends. You can't say that for most hobbies. Every day I turn this radio on and make a new friend. United Tango 7 Lima Alpha, I just worked. I don't think I've ever worked him before. I may have, but I don't recall. Mario Vella. He says, Ray, I'm also studying for my license. Love listening and learning. That's fantastic, Mario. Absolutely fantastic. We're bringing ham radio to the masses. We're bringing ham radio to the masses here. Tracy just checked in. Big supporter. Lover. Comes in here, always positive. Everybody's positive in here. I never see negativity in here. But yet, you go onto other forums, it's all about hatred. Here is the greatest audience in ham radio. Right here. People are posting everything in here that is positive. I have not seen one negativity in here yet this morning. Because this is what ham radio is about. Anybody else that's in here that's watching the video that's not a ham radio operator that loves the show, please post in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. I know a lot of people are shy. Not everybody's posting in here. We get nearly 2,000 to 3,000 people after each session, after the session's over, that's watched. So I know people are coming in, checking out. But if you just checked in and you're not a ham radio operator, post in here. Say, hey, I watch your show, but I'm not a ham radio operator. We'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to turn the volume up here and continue. Bobby and Rock, if you're listening, I need a mute button. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Yankee Oscar 8,
Yankee Oscar 8, Tango November Bravo out of Romania. Very strong, 59 plus, over.
Yeah, okay, Ray, thank you for coming back. This is Yankee Oscar 8, Tango November Bravo. My operator name is Christian. I'm located in northeast part of Romania, Ray. I'm watching also your show on the YouTube, and I want to congratulate you for what you're doing, guys, there. And great show. Great show, Ray. Thank you for returning to me. Back to you. WC2 Radio Echo. Yankee Oscar 8, Tango November Bravo. Listening with pleasure, over.
Fantastic, Christian. Glad you're watching. And let's make ham radio. Let's get it out there. It's great to be able to work people around the world. I make friends every day, and you're one of them. And Christian, please call us again. Beautiful signal. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5, running 1 kilowatt from Maine. Just curious on your antenna and your power. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Ray. Great signal. You are 59 plus 10, 59 plus 20 with a little QSB. My antenna is a Delta Loop. It's a homemade Delta Loop. It's a small antenna, but you're arriving very, very well here, and the power is 100 whiskey only. Just 100 whiskey way. The transceiver is ICOM 73000 way. Great signal. Back to you, Ray. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Yankee Oscar 8 Tango November Bravo. Listening over.
Fantastic, Christian. Beautiful, beautiful. Doing a great job. And good to hear you in here from Romania this morning. As you already know, by watching, we're in the state of Maine, operating remote from New York, using a great remote technology, just using a PC here. Still RF to RF. RF to RF. All I'm using is a long microphone cord from New York to Maine. 73, Christian. Yankee Oscar 8, Tango November Bravo, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, 73. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Good morning, Danny.
It was a pleasure to watch you also, Ray.
Great to hear you, Danny.
Great job, guys. Thank you, Ray. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, YO8 TMB. Good luck, thank you.
Okay, 73. Bye-bye. There you go. Danny just checked in here. Danny Angel. Good morning, everyone, from Kentucky. I'm not a ham. Always wanted to be. But listen to the show. Every day. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You get to see what we're doing here in ham radio. It's not an old guy. Well, I am an old guy. But it's not an old guy in here complaining how life has ruined him. How never talk about politics here. So everything we talk about is positivity. Positive, positive, positive. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
The Delta, Lima
9 Alpha 5, Alpha X-ray.
9 Alpha 5, Alpha X-ray. Good to hear you, Sven. I now remembered your name. 17-year-old out of Germany, operating remote into Croatia. 5'9 plus 30, Sven. Big signal this morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL Ray, yeah, you remembered my name. Yeah, you're about 5'9 plus 20 here into Croatia. Yeah, I just called a bit CQ on 40 and saw your spot here and then came to 20 here to work you. Mike, back to you.
Okay, Sven, yeah, you're sounding absolutely fantastic. 5'9 plus 20, as always. And I'm glad that you're operating that station remote. How do you like the remote technology, Sven? Go ahead.
It's yeah, very nice. So at home we have a also a station, but not quite as large as that from Richard. And I just can connect via your software to it and just have fun. It's really nice.
Sounding fantastic, Sven. Very good. So you're 17 years old. What do you have planned? What do you have planned for the weekend? Is the coronavirus a big issue there in Germany? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a big issue. Yesterday my school got closed for the next 5 weeks, so I don't need to just go to school for the next 5 weeks. Now I do a bit more operating here from the radio. Mike, back to you, Ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, Sven. Fantastic. So great to hear you operating from Germany, remote into Romania. That is just absolutely beautiful. 17 years old. This is what ham radio is all about. And getting the youth involved. So good to hear you, Sven. As always, 20 to 30 over from the big 9 Alpha 1 Tango station. 73, and stay indoors. Stay away from the coronavirus. Play radio. 17 years old, stay indoors, play radio. Or you can play video games. Whatever is your choice. 7-3, 9 Alpha 5, Alpha X-ray, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, 7-3, bye-bye.
Yeah, QSL Ray, thank you very much for picking my call
30
up.
over.
Wish you all
Look
the
at that
best,
signal.
and 73s, take care.
Plus 30, Sven. By the way, did you operate the contest over the weekend, the ARRLDX contest, over?
Yes, we were 3 guys. We operated Wyatt, Alpha India 6 Victor, Mark, M0, NCG, I believe, and me. We operated about 20 hours and did 1,400 QSOs. Roger.
That is fantastic. You guys all did it remote. That's beautiful. Well, it was good to work you over the weekend, and it's always a pleasure to hear you in here, Sven. Please call and please comment. We'll catch you later. 9 Alpha 5, Alpha Alpha X-Ray, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 7-3. Bye-bye.
73, bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Delta Lima 3, Papa Whiskey Romeo.
Delta Lima 3, Papa Whiskey Radio. 5-9 plus 20, 30 over. Booming in here. Can't believe how loud the signals are this morning. Probably better than the weekend. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 and running 1 kilowatt. Go ahead.
9. Peaking sometime 25 decibels, may over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I double with you there a little bit. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 and running 1 kilowatt, and you're also 20 over. QSL?
Oh, thank you. You're picking sometimes 25 decibels over 9 in West Germany. You're doing a great job, so is everything. So is always my friend Ray. Doing a great job. And I look you again, and I follow you on YouTube and Facebook, my friend. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you following us. It's all about expanding the hobby, my friend. 73, bye-bye. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Thank you.
Mexico 3, Echo, Charlie Tango.
Mike 3, Echo Charlie Tango. Another booming signal, well over S9. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. How copy?
Hi, Ray. The name is Glee, Golf Lima Double Echo. Yeah, you're booming over here, Ray. I think you're the only one from stateside I'm hearing at the minute, Ray. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And it's pretty late in the morning here. You think with the coronavirus going on, that some of these ham radio operators on a Saturday would get on the air. Either the propagation's really poor, or we just had special propagation to the UK. Go ahead.
Catching it to get 2 weeks. We call it self-isolation. So if you get any symptoms, Ray, you get 2 weeks off work, Roger.
Yeah, it's a good. I wouldn't recommend. Going out of the way to do it that way to get 2 weeks off from work. But hey, listen, you get 2 weeks off of work. That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. I'll be licking door handles in every pub I go in, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Well, if hopefully you're a young guy. Hopefully you're, say under 60 years old. If you're under 60, that might not be a bad problem and get paid for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we get paid, and no, I'm not. I'm 54. I'm just looking in the log, Ray. We did catch you in the ARRL on the 7th on 20 meters. We were running 10 watts, just 10 watts because of license conditions, Ray. Roger.
I worked so many 10-watt stations. I was just telling somebody. I worked more stations in the United Kingdom over the weekend than I did from Germany. The UK guys, the 10-watt guys, the Mic 3s, the Mic 6s, and the Mic 7s, they came out in droves. I couldn't believe it. But you know what? We have big ears, big ears here in Maine. We can hear every 10-watt guy. If I can't hear them, I can't work them. You're running 10 watts right now. You're well over S9, booming. We hear you 10-watt guys, and we love working you 10-watt guys. I think what the United Kingdom does with their licensing structure there, with the foundation license, is brilliant. Brilliant. I take my hat off to the UK. They figured it out. We need something similar here in the U.S. to get our licensing entry-level license operators on the air. They only get 10 meters. That's it. What's 10 meters going to do you if the band's never open? So good to hear you, and thanks for working us in the contest. Mike 3 Echo Charlie Tango, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Yeah, cheers for that, Ray. Yeah, one thing it does do, Ray, with the low power, it encourages you to make the best of any antenna opportunity. We're using a vertical here. We're using the button-up from over your side of the world. It's roof-mounted. I live in a very small little terrace house, so there's radials just going over the roof, down the yard, all over the place, Ray. It really makes you take the most out of the antenna, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's incredible. I encourage you guys to call us when you hear us outside of a contest, inside of a contest. Encourage all the M3s, M6s, and M7 to call everybody they hear in a contest. Just not me. Call everybody. I know I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, Paul, and I always forget his call. Takes me a while to remember calls. He's an I think it's M7 Mike Oscar Bravo. I think that's Paul call. He said, I wasn't even going to participate in the contest. He said, I happened to come across you operating live. He said, I didn't know where you were because you had your frequency blocked, so I had to go looking for you. He goes, I eventually found you, he said, because you were the loudest one from the U.S. He goes, but I went and worked additional 50 guys. He goes, I never thought in my lifetime that I'd be able to get through to the U.S. with my 10 watts. But he did. He worked 50 guys. Or maybe I'm exaggerating the number of guys he worked, but he worked quite a number of guys, and his call is Mike 7, Mike Oscar Whiskey. So it was a big encouragement for you guys in the UK last weekend to get on the air. You had a lot of fun. And I'm sure you worked a lot of stations. How many QSOs did you make in the contest? Go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. Well, 107 across the USA and obviously Canada. We did make some stations all on the west. We got a lot on the west coast as well. I was amazed, but the propagation was running really well, Ray. But yeah, it was really good that you guys, a lot of the time you listened out for us. And I think some of your antennas were doing a lot of the work. But yeah, for 10 watts, I mean, I do remember the propagation in the 80s, Ray, and when the propagation was very high in the 1980s. It was great on the old mid-band AM. We used to talk to truckers then. But with low propagation, I never thought we'd do. I thought I'd be wasting my time, but I got 107 contacts. 40 hours work, Ray, but it was great fun, it was really enjoyable, Roger.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's all about having fun. It's all about having fun. I had the most enjoyment in my lifetime this past weekend operating the contest. I was under no pressure. I was under no stress. And I operated with a non-contest logging software. And I was streaming it live, and people around the world were watching. They learned what a contest was about. They understand it now. My inbox after the contest was over 100 people. Over 100 emails. I watched you over the weekend. I can't believe how great contesting is. I'm now going to get involved. You taught me a lot of things. So it was great for me to stream this live and bring it to the amateur community and some. Right now, I'm talking to people that have not even, our ham radio operators are thinking about getting their license or already studying. So it's all positive, positive, positive. And that's how I am. Positive, positive, positive. Got to think positive. And you guys in the UK, with your 10 watts, you know what? Think positive. Think I can work that guy. Sometimes you can get through with your 10 watts on positive thinking. It's really, really about how to operating skill. When you're running QRP, you got to just time that call just right to get through, just like you did here this morning. You're not the loudest guy, but I heard you in there. So good to hear you. Thanks for calling in. Mike 3 Echo Charlie Tango, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo 73.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ray.
I hear you, Des.
I mean, there were some big pile-ups there, and sometimes I sat for 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get in there. I got there. I want to catch you in the next contest. Mike 3 ECT, UK. I'll catch you later.
Okay, Des. I'm sorry. Okay, Mike 3 Echo Charlie Tango, thanks. Really appreciate it. And we'll catch you the next time. I'm sorry, I forgot the name already. I can remember things from 30 years ago, but can't remember 2 minutes ago when you gave me your name. 7-3, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, all the best. India,
Golf 4, Oscar Baker. Good morning, Des.
Oh, good morning, Ray. 10 to 15 over 9, maybe a bit more. I couldn't hear the guy in the UK, obviously. Anyway, some sunshine here after a rainy start. About 12 degrees, 52, 53 Fahrenheit here in the UK. I've been doing some contesting on RTTY. I think it's a Yankee Bravo contest today, and there's a lot of stuff coming in. I worked a few guys stateside on Ritty just with 100 watts, less than 100 watts, It's amazing what you can do. Ritty has never been my forte. I tried it out in the 1980s with an old Dragon 64 computer, if you remember those. And all I got mostly was a load of gobbledygook, so I gave up on it. But these days, you've got everything built into the radio. It's quite really very good. W2RE G4OBB, guys.
Yeah, very good, Des. Fantastic. That's great. You know, Des, I've never got into digital modes. I've never operated digital modes once. I'm just a phone and CW guy, but I'm not against digital modes. I think great. It's all great stuff. So I'm sure you had a lot of fun working the digital stuff this morning. And listen, propagation. Propagation's starting to get better. And the reason I know that is over the weekend, I worked 250 JAs. You know, from the East Coast of the United States to work Japan, it's pretty difficult at the bottom of the sunspot cycle. And on 20 meters over the weekend, I worked 250 JAs. I worked 200 JAs Saturday night in about an hour and a half. It was the most incredible JA run I've ever had from the East Coast of the U.S., and it was on 20 meters. Usually the great JA runs that I had in the past have always been on 10 or 15 meters. The JAs are much more popular on 10 and 15 meters when the band is really open because it's easier to get through. But on 20 meters, I worked over 250 JAs. So the propagation is we're definitely over the hump now, Des. That's the first indication for me knowing propagation is going to get better. Because we haven't had that type of run anytime recently. I've actually operated a DX contest where I worked 0 JAs. So to work 250 was really special. So propagation getting better, and you're noticing that with your 100 watts operating ready this morning. The weather here is about the same. It's going to be a nice day, about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is out. We got blue skies. But the wife brought home paint last night from the hardware store. There's a gallon of paint waiting for me upstairs. So do you know what that means, Des? The honey-do list. Golf 4, Oscar Baker, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Yeah, I got some jobs I got to do here too this afternoon around home. You know, have you changed something with your audio? Your voice sounds different. Have you got a head cold or have you just changed something, right?
No, the audio's the same. I think I was talking to the backside of the microphone. I don't know if this is any different. You know, you every time I work, you say that. I change my audio. I don't know. Maybe you change your filters.
No, it sounds okay now. I didn't know. I only noticed it yesterday, I think it was, and today. It just sounds slightly different, and I wonder if you'd altered the filtering. There's nothing wrong with it. It just sounds different. That's all I can say, really. But maybe if you're talking into the back of the mic, that may have had something to do with it. If you just turn the mic around, you sound a little bit sharper now. So I'm not sure. But anyway, no worries. It sounds fine. It just sounds like just a slightly different voice. That's all I can really say. But anywho, yeah, I got to go and do some work around here. You have a great day. Nice to hear you. Maybe look for you tomorrow. W2REG4OBB. Bye-bye.
Okay, very good, Des. Yeah. I'm using this, I'm using a PR77, a Heil boom mic. And I've changed nothing other than maybe I had the compression too much or the compression too little. And it's going directly feeding into the to the PC here. So I can change the audio settings in the PC to alter my audio to the transmitter site. That's possible, but I haven't touched anything. But you know, Bobby's in here. Bobby's in here quite a bit. You know, my son, you know, he's in the studio here quite a bit, altering, you know, things. I don't think he touches the audio, but I'll have to check with him. Good to hear you, Des. We'll catch you later. We'll be on the air over the weekend in between the painting. You know, Netflix is going to get pretty busy this weekend. Maybe we can get some activity as well. Golf 4, Oscar Baker, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 7-3. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it sounds great now. Ray. Don't touch it.
Radio 4, United.
Okay, 73, Des. Thanks for calling in. The station, I think it was Oscar something United. Make your call.
Ocean Radio 4 United. Oscar Romeo 4 United.
Oscar Radio 4 United, good morning. Big signal here, you're 59 plus. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm in the state of Maine. I know we've worked before, but unfortunately I have a logger here that doesn't spit out recent QSO, so I don't know your name. Go ahead.
Okay, very fine, Ray, no problem. My name
Hello,
is
Don.
Dean, Japanese American dog in this logbook 2006 until now, so not constantly, until now. Beautiful single, you're 59 plus plus. Very nice to see you again, Ray. So we are in a half of a shutdown here, so yeah, the best thing we can do is play radio, over.
Yeah, Roger, yep. Completely understand. It's pretty much the same here in the U.S. We can go outdoors, but who wants to, you know? So we're going to stay indoors here. I got 2 things I'm doing this weekend. One is painting, because the wife brought home paint last night from the hardware store. And the second thing is going to be operating HF. So we have a list of things to do this weekend. I was planning on a trip to Maine, but I think I'm going to do that later on this week. You're 5'9 plus 10. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 and running 1 kilowatt. Oscar Radio 4 United, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Okay, very fine, Ray. You're doing all the lifting. I'm running a two-element wire beam at low height, so not really
hey, John,
very spectacular, Russell. But you're doing all the work. And myself,
James,
I did lose my honeydew
Dawn.
list, so I'm not sure. I did lose it someplace, somewhere, over.
Tracy? Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, you're... Yeah, for a moment there, I thought the amplifier wasn't working. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, very good. Well, you're doing great here. Appreciate you calling in, and got a lot of callers here this morning. Oscar Radio 4 United from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Have yourself a good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Ray. Same to you.
Delta Oscar Echo.
Okay, 73. Take care. Good morning, Chris. 2 Whiskey 0, Delta Oscar Echo 59.
Morning, good afternoon from Wales. I see you've got all the trouble over there with one thing and another, and with the coronavirus there. Looks like things here in the UK will be changing over the next couple of days. Only a few cases locally here, but hopefully everybody keep well and keep safe there. Ray, I won't hold it, just pop in to say wish you good morning there, and I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing there. Top guy there for amateur radio there at the moment there, and I know most of my friends watch some of the streaming there as well, as they always share it there, and a pleasure to know you there. Ray, won't hold it. We'll give you the 73s. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo from 2 Whiskey 0 DOE. 73s, right?
Yeah, very good, Chris. Always a pleasure to work you. I was just telling somebody earlier that I worked more stations from the United Kingdom over the weekend than I did from Germany. The 10-watt stations and also 50-watt stations made all the difference over the weekend. It was incredible. How loud the United Kingdom sounds with 10 watts from Maine. I think it must just be one hop. We must have one hop here from Maine, where the rest of the U.S. it's 2 hops. We could hear all the 10-watt guys. Sometimes the 10-watt guys sound like they're running kilowatts. That's how loud they are here in Maine. Thanks for the nice words, Chris, and always a pleasure to work you. And I'm glad to be a friend. 2 Whiskey 0, Delta Oscar Echo, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, 73.
Yeah, 73.
Italy, Kilo 4, Lima Zulu Hotel.
Okay, 73, Chris, take care. Pleasure, my friend. Italy, Zulu 4, Lima Zulu Hotel. You almost knocked me off the chair. 59 plus, over.
Okay, you're India, Kilowatt 4, India, Kilo 4, Lima Zulu Hotel. You're beautiful 20 dB over. Here is John in Bologna, QSL.
Roger, 20 over in Bologna. You're 20 over here in Maine. Italy, Kilo 4, Lima Zulu Hotel. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 and 1 kilowatt. Go ahead.
Very good. Copy. Running gear, 4-element full-size monobanders and half a kilowatt. 7 please. Good DXing. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, 73. Thanks for calling in. Pleasure is all mine. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo QRZ. I think there's another station out of Italy with Radio Hotel. Make your call.
Radio America 6, America Delta Queen. Golf Radio.
Okay, Radio Alpha 6, Alpha Delta Queen out of Russia. You're 5 and 9. 59, over.
Okay, Ray. Good afternoon. Your signal is 59, RA6ADQ. Thank you, 73.
73, thanks for calling in from Russia. Take care. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ. Italy Zulu 1, Golf Radio Hotel, 5 and 9.
Okay, Ray, nice to meet you again. Big senior here, 59 plus, Northwest Italy. Name is Steve, Roger.
Okay, Steve, thanks for calling in to here into the state of Maine. Take care. Ciao.
Ciao, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Kilo Sugar Charlie.
Kilo Sugar Charlie again.
Yankee Oscar 6, Kilo Sugar Charlie. Hello, Ray. You are 59 plus today, Roger.
Yankee Oscar 6, Kilo Sugar Charlie from Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, 59 plus. QSL?
QSL, Ray. My name is Aldi. Nice to see you again. Have a nice weekend, Ray. Take care. Bye-bye, 73.
73, take care. Bye-bye. Let me just turn the volume down here for a moment. Rocker Lee, if you're listening, Rock and Bobby, if you're listening, I need a mute button. I just seen Alpha 4 Lima Sugar just checked into chat here from Twitch TV. Good to see you in here, Charles. I won't embarrass you about how good of an operator you are. Because you're good. I listened to you from Haiti the other day. You were at a pace of about 250 an hour there, and you weren't even in a contest. So tell everybody in here what you've been doing from Haiti, operating. Your input is valuable as a youth on our RHR. Be good to hear what you have to say. Turn the volume up here and continue. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
November Kilo Sierra.
Radio 3.
Okay, I think that's Delta Lima 1, November Kilo Sugar. Is that a Roger? Okay, maybe wrong. November Kilo Sugar, make your call.
Okay, Italy Uniform 1, November Kilo Sugar, Renato from Northwest Italy.
Italy United 1, November Kilo Sugar. Yeah, you're booming in here. You're 5'9", 59, QSL?
Questel 59 for you and past, okay, my friend. Very, very good signal in Italy in this moment. My name is Renato, Italy Uniform 1, November Kilo Sierra. Good DX for you.
Okay, 73, take care, bye-bye. Yeah, I was listening to you on 20 meters. And I think you had like 50 Qs in like 10 minutes or something like that. So, anyway, you got Connor in here as well watching. Yeah, I can get you access to on Haiti there, Connor. It's a lot easier from Haiti on CW than phone. Are you operating, Connor, CW, or are you a phone guy? That'll make all the difference in Haiti. It's really hard to get a run in Haiti on phone unless you have you know how to work split. I think Charles AA4LS realized real quick that you have to operate split from Haiti because the pile up generates pretty quick. But it's good to see two of the many youths on RHR here in chat, and both very good operators. Turn the volume up. Okay, 2 Italy 0. I think Lima, Juliet, Quebec. Go ahead.
Okay, my friend.
Okay, very good, Bill. You're 5-9, 59, 2 India 0, Lima, Japan, Quebec. From Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, I'm running 1 kilowatt, running 5 over 5 over 5. But what is your antenna and your power? Go ahead.
Okay, well, we're using an inverted Z.
Good morning, Dean.
On 50 watts, so we're...
Yeah, amazing. You guys with the 50 watts, 25 watts, and 10 watts out of UK. Strong, strong, strong. Very good. Good to see you here this morning. 73 and have a good weekend. 2 Italy 0, Lima, Japan, Quebec. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Radio 3 Kilo Radio.
Okay, Radio 3 Kilo Radio. You must be in Vermont. You must be in Vermont. 5-9 plus 25. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. 5-9 plus 20. Very good signal. Victor Voronezh. Pass microphone back to you.
Yeah, what is the name? The name again?
Name Victor. Victor Italy Charlie Tango Oscar Radio. Roger?
Yeah, Victor, you're very strong. Incredible, incredible signal. And you're 20 over, 5-9 plus 20 as well. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 from the state of Maine. Mike Echo, over.
Okay. Very good, QSO 73. Good luck. Good DX. До свидания.
Kasadanya, 73. Take care. Bye-bye. Mike Zulu Romeo. Mike Zulu Romeo, make your call. Okay, Yankee Oscar 9, Zulu Mike Radio, 5-9, 59, over.
Thank you, 5-9 plus 10 in Romania, in south part of Romania. My name is Zen, Delta Alpha November, Roger.
Okay, Zen, thanks for calling in, 73, take care. QRZ. Sugar Papa 9, Lima Alpha Whiskey, 5-9, 59 in the state of Maine, over.
Okay, W2 Romeo Echo SP9 LAW. Thank you very much for our talk. I am very happy that we meet at the free time and you are in good condition. You are 59 and plus 20 in Poland, so part of Poland, Peter, and all the best to you during the weekend. Whiskey to Romeo Echo SP9 LAW.
Okay, thanks for calling in, 73. And with that, I'm going to shut down here. Thanks for everybody calling in. We'll be back later on this afternoon. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. I hate to shut the radio down when a lot of people are calling. But I got breakfast calling me. I need something to eat. And plus I got the wife upstairs. She's off for the weekend. She's not going to allow me to be in this radio room all weekend like I did last weekend, even though she was working. Great to see everybody in here this morning. Really appreciate it. The response has been overwhelming. The hundreds and hundreds of emails. I love it. I read every single one of them. Everything in here in chat. I may not be able to acknowledge everybody in chat while I'm operating, but I know you're in here watching. I know you're in here commenting. I will look at it after the fact. When I first started doing the live streaming, I could chat with the 10 or 15 people that were commenting in chat. Now it's hundreds, 100 people come in here and chat. And then there's the other 1,000 plus that are just watching. They don't chat at all, which is fine. Not everybody has to be in here to chat. We expect not everybody to be in here and chat. But it's good to see what people have to say and where they want the show to go. And this is what it is. It's a show. I'm showing people how to operate ham radio. Many people that are in here this morning are not even ham radio operators. We've seen that already. Many, many people commented, I'm not a ham radio operator, but I love watching what you're doing. They like to see how ham radio works. I don't know about you, but the exposure alone is all positive. As we see from the response we get in emails, in messages, in likes. somebody can post here inside the chat window. I don't have access to it. The link to the new group we started. It's a private group, but I think anybody can join. And in this group, this is where I want everybody, I would encourage everybody, but I'm not expecting everybody, to send in what you think about the show. I'll take negativity. I got thick skin. If you don't like the show, put it in there. Like to hear. But if you like it, absolutely put it in there. And also, put pictures. Show me what kind of antennas you're running. I want to see, the antenna you have in Scotland that you're running 10 watts and that I heard you on. I want to see the picture of that 4-element 40 in Russia on a mountaintop. So this group that's been started, this is where we're gonna see right now. When you come to the Remote Ham Radio Facebook page, you can't post anything. That's locked down. That's where we post. But now we started a new group under Remote Ham Radio that allows you to post. And Connor was one of the first ones yesterday to post, and I'll bring his picture up again. Sorry about bringing your picture up again, Connor. Good-looking kid. Nice haircut. Nice headset. Look at that computer with the RHR console. 17 years old. On Remote Ham Radio. He uses an awful lot. I've been spanking him saying, listen, Connor, you can't use it that much. But he's not denied. He's in there. I just say I'm going to add extra credit for him because he's off from school now. What is he going to do? He's got two choices while he's off from school. Well, actually, he has three choices. One is he should do his homework. Two is he can live stream and play video games with his friends, which I'm sure he does, because that's where the youth are today. Or three, he can be on Remote Ham Radio working DX. I don't know how many new countries you've worked, Connor, since you've been on RHR, but I'm sure it's quite a bit. I think you've already commented to me once before how many new countries you've worked operating remote. So these are the things we do. We're doing this live streaming. We absolutely, I'm hearing this all over the place, that we're doing this for money. No! We make no money on this. This is our time devoted to giving back a hobby, just like we do in the Remote Ham Radio Youth Program. I don't know the exact dollar amount, what we spend every year on the RHR Youth Program, but it's over $100,000. I can tell you that. I'm putting more into the youth program than I pull a salary. Because that's how important it is to me to give back. And please remember, I'm not a wealthy guy. I was a truck driver for 30 years. A Teamster's truck driver. My goal is one thing. Give back to a hobby that's given so much to me. Boy, I would love to see other people do that. Oh, I would love to see others do that. That would be awesome. But most just take. And the ones that cry the most never give back. The ones that cry the most never give back. That's the problem we have today. But again, like I said, this is a show of positivity. Bringing the youth to amateur radio. Bringing the remote technology to the people. Bringing live stream contesting. Regardless if we get DQ'd, check log, or whatever they want to do to us, we're going to do it. We're going to be on the right side of history on this one. Because the old are going to die off. The young are going to take over. The young are going to want live streaming. They've already told us that. You know why? Because they do it today with their gaming. My kids, who are now in their late 20s, are still gaming. And they game with their friends live. Why is it so bad to compete with your friends and stream it live? There's no advantage. If anything, it gets people on the air. So that's where this show's going. And we're going to continue to do it. The only thing that I don't know is who's going to fill in for me when I'm not here. Because once the tower business starts taking off, I got to get out there and start building towers. Sure, I'm going to stream live from the site when me and Bobby are building towers and building antennas and doing that. But it's going to be very limited. It's not going to be an hour and 50-minute show like we've had here this morning. It may be, a 10-minute snippet from me at 200 feet trying to put a ballon on an antenna that broke. You might see that. But it's not going to be 2 hours long, I can tell you that. And by the way, I did get approached by a big producer out of New York City that watches these videos who said, hey, I see all these great drone footage that you have of these towers and antennas. Can we do a reality show and publish it and put it on whatever programming network they have? I thought about it, and I declined. And the reason why? Bobby said he doesn't want any cameras on him while he's working. And I don't blame him. But boy, it would make for a great show, because there is a lot of foul language going on when something isn't going right. It's great to see that crane operator coming in. Not everything goes smooth when you're building, stations. It would have been a great reality show when me and Crossy were there yelling at each other, K1 Lima Zulu. I remember in WRTC, they put a snippet in there of me, and I think it was K1DG arguing over something about a call sign that we used while we were in our tent. Made for a great show. They knew it was good. Having that, in a reality show would be cool, but we declined to do it. So we're just going to stick with what we do good here. We're going to keep live streaming our contest. We're going to keep live streaming our daily operations. And we're going to bring ham radio to you. If you want to participate, absolutely participate. If you don't want to participate, that's okay too. But we love the things that are happening here over the last, basically, 10 weeks. Since January 1st, I checked, last week, before the contest, we had 2.3 million video views. I haven't even had the time to look to see how much it increased after the contest in this previous week. I'm sure it's probably getting close to 2.5 or 2.6 million views. I do know the live streaming from the contest has over 6 million minutes of viewing. And that's increasing every day because it's being really scrutinized by the contest community. They're trying to find everything that I possibly could have done wrong. So, if anything, they're bumping the numbers up, even though they're not really viewership. They're just there to try to find and nitpick what possibly could have been the reason he made all these additional QSOs. Not to realize I could hear the M3s, M6s, and M7s that nobody else can hear. That's the bottom line. We have big ears in Maine. Very big ears. I've never heard a station like this in my life. I operate from areas where the other competitors are. I have a big 6/6 on 20 meters in New York on a mountaintop, which is just as competitive as any other station in the U.S. I cannot hear the stuff in New York that I hear in Maine. The bottom line. You're not going to hear the same stuff in Maine that is in Vermont or New Hampshire. And they're on the east coast of the United States. And if you're in Pennsylvania, Maryland, or New Jersey, you're not even going to hear a peep of some of the stuff I hear in Maine. It's just propagation. It's all it is. Social media had nothing to do with the additional QSOs I made. The additional QSOs were made because it's the first time the station's ever been on the air on 20 meters. I knew the station was very special the minute I turned on 20 meters for the first time. The pile-up generated was instant. So, again, I want to just finish up here on a positive note. Enjoy everybody watching the show here every day. I hope I'm teaching you. You're learning a few things, and I'm learning a few things from you as well. I know what everybody's looking for. I want input. Please post your pictures. Please post comments. Positive or negative. We're okay with that. We're okay with negativity. Negative posts just make you better. You read it, you think about it, and you say, you know what? Maybe that person's right. I may not agree with some of them, but you know what? It just makes you better. Now that we're in the limelight, here with the streaming, ham radio, contesting, they're going to be out there with the pitchforks and the torches. I already know that. Grassi K1 Lima Zolo told me, once this station's complete, and we're competing, they're going to come after us. And that's why I live stream. Because I want to show the community, other than bringing this to the front to everybody here, but I wanted to show the contest community that we do not cheat. We do not use packet cluster. We do not use excessive power. And furthermore, we didn't even use a contest logger. So if anything happened over the weekend, we provided awesome content for those that never operated a contest. And to provide valuable information on how good Maine really is. I've been talking about this for the longest time, how good Maine is. But we're not the only one in Maine. You got K1DG. He's got a great station. He wins as well. And he's a much better operator than us. He knows the value of Maine. He would know the input. He would know the reason we did well on 20 because of propagation advantage. Nothing else. Maine is good for contesting. It's really good for contesting. And that's why we build stations in Maine. Sure, when the propagation gets better and 10 and 15 meters is open, it's going to be much more level playing field. Because now, propagation is going to be at the top. The sun cycle is going to be at the top. Maine may not even have an advantage anymore. I may be stronger for operating from New York. But right now, while we're at the bottom of the sun cycle, and you're a contester or a DXer, you want to be in Maine. You have a little bit of an advantage there. Is it an unfair advantage? Sure. It's an unfair advantage. But it's within the rules. So, again, there were a couple links put in here. I've seen Sean put it in. An XXI, Sedgi HDXX, whatever that nickname stands for, from Twitch TV. They put a link in here to the private group. I don't know how you access it. I think you just ask for access. We grant it, and you get in there and post whatever you want, positive or negative. We're okay with it. Like to see pictures. Like to see input. And with that, we'll be back later. Appreciate everybody watching. You all have a great day. Stay coronavirus free. And we'll be back later on this afternoon and to do another live show here. It's now been 2 hours since we've been on this morning. I hope I didn't bore you to death. 7-3 from the great state of New York. This is